Hello everyone, I am Preet and welcome to Relevant Myths. In this video, I will tell you a very fascinating story from the Mahabharata, and through that story, I will also explain to you a complex idea from Indian philosophy. So, let's get started. The story begins just after the end of the Kurukshetra war. Gandhari had arrived at Kurukshetra on the 17th day of battle with hopes to convert her last living son Duryodhana's body into Vajra so that he would become invincible. But because of Krishna's intervention, Duryodhana's thighs did convert to Vajra and was thus killed by Bhim on the 18th day. Gandhari lost all of her 100 children. She was so overcome with grief that she just sat down in the crematorium where her sons' dead bodies were kept. There were many other people in the crematorium too that had lost their loved ones, but slowly, all of them made peace with their deaths and went away. But not Gandhari. She was so distraught that she didn't want to leave her sons even though they were all dead. She kept remembering the unbearable pain that she had to endure as she kept them in her womb for an unnatural period of 2 years, and how, on hearing the news of birth of the first child of Kunti, who got pregnant after her, she punched herself in the stomach, and instead of healthy babies, a big piece of lifeless meat came out of her. She remembered the agony of that moment and how her husband, King Dhritarashtra, rejected her after that because of her inability to give him a son, who later even impregnated a slave to get one. She then remembered how the great sage Vyas came to Hastinapur and gave a remedy for the problem, how she herself divided that lifeless meat into 101 pieces and put them in divine containers. And finally, she remembered that feeling of extreme joy when she heard the cry of her first child from the container. All of those memories wandered in her mind, and she couldn't get herself to accept the fact that those children whom she had bore an endless amount of pain for were actually dead. All the others advised her to accept death and move on, but she couldn't. She stayed at the crematorium. She kept weeping and wondering in her blindfold. Days passed and she wandered the place without any food or water. She became weaker and weaker, and one day her hunger became unbearable. So she decided to search for some fruits in the area. She couldn't see, so she decided to follow any sweet smell in the crematorium, still stinking with bodies. After walking for some time, she smelled a delicious mango. She put her hands nearby and found that there was a mango hanging on a tree, but it was too high for her to pluck it. She waved her legs nearby and found something like a rock. She then climbed the rock, plucked the mango, sat down on the rock, and enjoyed the delicious fruit. The taste of the sweet juice brought a smile on her face after so many days. She quickly finished the entire mango and was finally content. She then decided to rest for a while and leaned on the rock. But when she leaned, her body touched something soft. It didn't feel like a rock. She investigated the area with her hands and soon found that she was actually sitting on the inverted dead body of one of her own sons. After spending a lot of time at the crematorium, Gandhari had become so accustomed to the smell of the place and random bodies lying in the area that when she got hungry, she couldn't even tell the difference between a rock and the back of her son. She forgot all her pain that she had endured for her children, and all she cared about in that moment was the sweet juice of that delicious mango lying just above her reach. The basic need of food for her body overpowered the sorrow of her son's death, and this phenomenon is called Smashan Vairagya. where Smashan means crematorium and Vairagya means detachment. So basically, Smashan Vairagya is the feeling of detachment a person feels when he is in a crematorium. Whenever we go to attend funerals or stay in hospital for a long period of time, we start experiencing a state of detachment from the material world. We start having thoughts like क्या रखा है इस दुनिया में, सब माया है, ऐसी दुनिया में रहने से अच्छा है तो संन्यास ले लेना चाहिए, जीवन में सिर्फ दुख ही मिलेंगे, सब कुछ छोड़ दो, अकेले आए हैं अकेले जाएंगे, कोई साथ नहीं आएगा ऊपर. These thoughts of detachment from the material world cloud our minds and we just keep thinking about them. But as soon as we leave the funeral and the hospital and reach home, those thoughts start to disappear and next morning we are exactly the same as before. So this temporary state of detachment that we feel when we experience death and sorrow is called Smashan Vairagya. This is not actual Vairagya, as that detachment is permanent and is obtained by multiple experiences which show the vanity of the material world. Well, this Vairagya is temporary and goes away very quickly. Same happens in the story of Gandhari as well. Gandhari experienced death and is in the crematorium holding on to death. But as time passes, other feelings start to take over and she forgets about the great pain and sorrow that she had earlier and becomes joyful after eating this one mango. One pain lasts only till another one comes along. So this was the video everyone. Please like the video, subscribe to the channel, ring the bell icon to get notifications and share this video to as many people as possible. Thank you for watching and you can watch more of my videos right now.